Hello, guys, and welcome to the FPL Duo. So, obviously, we are here for the Kneejerk quarter final. So, what an exciting, obviously, round of 16 it has been, and obviously, quite a shock just now, obviously, watching the Turkey and Austria game being the last game to play in round of 16. Very surprising result. Didn't think Austria were going to be knocked out. I thought Turkey were going to be eliminated, but obviously that was the other way around, and yeah, it was quite a twist in these Euros. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Unfortunately, Huss is unable to be on the stream, but I'm still going to be here delivering how well both of us have done in the round of 16 and how our teams have done individually. So in his absence, I will show his team as well. Unfortunately, the rank, unfortunately, is obviously a thing where it updates a day after, so we don't know the exact, obviously, rankings of our current overall rank overall. But as you see on the screen, that is what we had as far as we know. So, without further ado, I will start off with my team on the screen. So, starting off with the goalkeeper, let's go with Diego Costa, obviously the Portugal goalkeeper, who got a massive 9-pointer in that very cagey but surprising match against Slovenia, which ended up going all the way to penalties. And yeah, quite a dramatic end, obviously, Slovenia's Euros, but a well fought game, I think, against Portugal. But without, well, anyway, Diego Costa did get player of the match, which was 3 points. He obviously got the clean sheet, playing obviously 120 minutes, that's 2 points. So he was rewarded with a 9-pointer. So very good work. I think that's his highest scoring so far in the Euros. And yeah, Portugal did go through on penalties if you did not watch that game, but a good start to my team. Now moving on to obviously the back five. Let's start off with obviously his teammate Cancelo, who I did also bring in as the second Portugal asset. And yeah, I mean, at times in that match, Cancelo really pushed forward, almost played like a forward at some points and a midfield rather than a defender. It did leave obviously Portugal a bit open at the back when Slovenia were counter attacking them. But yeah, Cancelo again, great result, got the clean sheet. He did pick up a yellow card, but to outweigh that, he did make 5 ball recoveries. So that was an extra point gained from that. And obviously, he played the minutes to get the extra 2 points on top of that. So again, nice result with the 6-pointer from Cancelo. Moving on to Akanji. This wasn't a surprise. Obviously, Switzerland won 2-0 against Italy. I thought they were pretty lacking quality, Italy, all through the game. And Switzerland were pretty much outstanding. And obviously, with that finishing 2-0, that's a clean sheet for Akanji. He made 6 ball recoveries too. That's an extra 2 points. And altogether rewards me with 8 points. So far, so good for the defense. Moving on to Cucurella, the Spanish defender. Now, unfortunately, Spain obviously did win 4-1, but there's no clean sheet to be because obviously there was an own goal from one of the Spanish players, which led to obviously Georgia scoring. Apart from that, though, I thought Spain were pretty dominant. I think, in my opinion, Spain possibly will win this tournament. I have a strong suspicion that they will go on to win it. I just think they're just outstanding. Even when they play their substitute players, they're still as good as the first team. So, yeah, I think for me, Spain are way ahead of a lot of the teams in these Euros. Obviously in Germany, but yeah, we have to wait and see how Spain get on because they have a really big game against Germany next. But yeah, on the other hand, Cucurella made 6 ball recoveries. That's 2 points, and the minutes he played, so he still managed to rake up 4 points. Moving on to John Stones, the England defender, he managed to not get a clean sheet against Slovakia. That very interesting game ended up being England winning 2-1, going into extra time. Thankfully, not penalties, but it was a very, again, very underwhelming game from England, and it just feels like they've so far been very lucky and fortunate to get where they are in the Euros without being knocked out. But just getting over that, obviously, 2-1 Slovakia. Stones made 6 ball recoveries, that's 2 points, and the minutes he played, so same as Cucurella, 4 points. And to finish off the back five, we have Theo Hernandez, who did manage to get a clean sheet against Belgium in that 1-0 win over them. So, yeah, not the greatest performance from France. I'm starting to doubt whether France are really a strong contender the way they're playing, especially with Mbappe with his injury, with his broken nose. That's affected his confidence, obviously, because he can't really header the ball, so he has to rely on shooting with his feet. But again, France's performance against Belgium wasn't really that great. Didn't really actually. I wasn't really impressed with France or Belgium in that game, but France did get over the line with the 1-0 win. Theo, on the other hand, got 1 clean sheet, made 5 ball recoveries, which gave him the extra point and the minutes he played. So, 7 points on Theo, which I'm happy to have. Moving on to the midfield 3, not really much success. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes only getting I believe only 4 points. He did get a clean sheet point, made at least 3 ball recoveries, but that's about it for obviously them, because Portugal did not score, so there wasn't really any attack involvement from Bruno Fernandes when he did have good chances to possibly score or get an assist. Moving on to the other 2 players who literally just played just now, Baumgartner and obviously Sabitzer. So I'll talk about both of these as they're obviously both in the same team. So, Austria knocked out by Turkey 2-1. Shocking result, I think, because Austria were favourites, especially when they topped their group in the group stages. So, it was a sharp turn of events there. Baumgartner had a really good chance at the end of that game from a header, but the goalkeeper did a great save and just managed to keep, obviously, Austria out. And, they did so well, Turkey. Very proud, very surprised at their performances. They're looking really good, but unfortunate for Austria. But not really much to say about Baumgartner, apart from his 2 points from the minutes he played. And it's pretty much the same for Sabitzer. Kind of think he could have been a lot more better in that team. And overall, Austria weren't that great. I think that's their worst game I've seen from them. But only 2 points from Sabitzer. He was my second choice captain. I originally had Bruno Fernandes, but I think I was better off keeping it on Bruno, as Sabitzer scored less than him. So, the captain is a flop for this round of 16. Finally, moving on to the front 2 forwards, that is Yamal, the Spanish forward. I thought he did really well against Georgia. He kind of deserved the goal, if I'm honest, in that game. But he only got 1 assist, so at least that's something. That's 2 assists for him now. I think a goal is coming for him soon. Hopefully it is next match, but it's going to be a tough one against Germany. But he is a quality player at his age as well. So, we have to wait and see. I'm quite excited to if he can actually get the goal for this Euros. And finally, moving on to the last player in my team, and that is Kai Havertz, the Germany forward. Impressive performance, I think, against Denmark. Germany winning 2-0. Obviously, Kai Havertz scoring the goal, I believe, from a penalty, which I'm surprised he took, because I thought Gundogan was going to be the penalty taker, but no, it was given to Kai Havertz, which obviously he equalised on. And that rewards him with 6 points. So that's pretty much the starting 11. In terms of the bench, there's not really much to talk about, as those players all flopped pretty much. Nita, the remaining goalkeeper, Kevin De Bruyne, Belgium, Mbappe, France, forward, blank, and obviously Gundogan, the midfield for Germany. So overall, it has been a pretty decent week, I think. 62 points from the round of 16. Could have been a little bit more better, but I think the defence really carried me in the round of 16. But in terms of rank, as far as I know, I'm on 976k. So bear in mind, guys, that rank will change after this video because we won't know the actual rank until the following day, as the points are still being calculated as well as people's ranks. So just bear that in mind when you see that on the screen. But yeah, not a bad performance. I think the defense really obviously pulled it off. The forward and the midfield really lacked, but I think it's been a good round of 16, and I think it's my second highest in terms of points so far in the Euro. So hopefully I can get a little bit better than where I am at the moment. But let's wait and see what the quarterfinals provides. But let's move on, obviously, to Huss's team, and we'll see how well he's done. So starting off with his goalkeeper, obviously we've spoken about Costa. He's 9 points for Portugal in that very intense game, going all the way to penalties, and obviously Portugal winning on them. Moving on to his defence, so he had Cancelo as well, getting the clean sheet in that game alongside Costa. Cucurella for Spain, obviously we've spoken about how the own goal for Spain ruined the clean sheet for them, even though they played really well. In regards to obviously Carvalho as well, only the 3 points. I think he did pick up a yellow card, I believe, in that game. So yeah, both the Spanish defenders for us didn't really pay off. Moving on to Gerhi, obviously the English defender, and he got 7 points. I believe, I'm not sure about this, he either got an assist, because I don't think it'll be a clean sheet. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure, guys, on what he got to get the 7 points. But it's a nice return, obviously, because England didn't get a clean sheet in that game. So I imagine he did get an attacker return somewhere in that game. It was very painful watching that England game, so it's hard to grasp what was going on at times. But yeah, Gerhi, if you did have him, 7 points, very nice. Finally, to finish the back five for us is Van Dijk, who obviously got his clean sheet today and obviously through to the quarterfinals from the Netherlands. So yeah, another great result for them. A very interesting opponent next. They obviously got Turkey, so exciting game for both teams to see who manages to get on top of them to go through to the semis. But yeah, I think Netherlands played really well. I think that's the best I've seen them play through this competition. I was beginning to doubt their performances because they weren't that great, but they really stepped out today, especially Gakpo getting the goal and assist as well. So moving on from obviously the defence, we move on to the midfield four for us. So obviously we spoke about Bruno Fernandes getting the 4 points. So yeah, no goals for Portugal in that game, going straight to penalties. Let's speak about Nico Williams though for Spain, because I thought he was really good, really tasty in that game. Really nice goal from him as well. And yeah, that paid off massively. 10 points for us. I don't think many people own Nico Williams. I think he'd be really popular against Germany because obviously Spain looking really good in terms of their assets. I think a lot of people will load up on about 3 or 4 of them. But again, tough game against Germany, but very good performance against Georgia. Moving on to Gundogan, obviously flopping with 3 points. We all thought he was going to take a penalty, but he was given to Kai Havertz instead. So a bit of unfortunate events there of why he decides to take it instead of Gundogan. But yeah, Gundogan obviously ends up with 3 points for no other involvement during that game. And finally, we finish off the midfield with Sabitzer, who only manages to get 6 points because that was also Huss's captain as well. So we both had the same captain, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Our captain did flop, so with the 6 points. And finally, the only forward in Huss's line is Harry Kane. And he manages to score a very vital and important goal for England, which obviously gives him the 6 points during that game. So yeah, I mean, so far for England, Kane and Bellingham are the only goal scorers. So if you did have either one of those assets up to this point, well done, because not many people that I know, obviously, in this Euro have English assets, as understandably they haven't been the greatest to watch, and the form has been quite underwhelming. And just to complete his obviously bench, you've got Pickford, who obviously didn't get a clean sheet. Ronaldo somehow ends up on 0 points. Pedri 1 point, and Mbappe, who ends up on 2 points. So in terms of Huss's points for round 16, that is 65. So that's just three more than me. So it was quite a bit of an average, I'll say, week for us. But his overall rank from last, obviously in obviously before the group stages, was 16k. As I said, that's obviously going to change tomorrow. So as it stands now, he's currently on the 16k overall rank, which is in comparison to be really good. Hopefully he's still in the green come by tomorrow when he checks his rank. But yeah, that concludes obviously our teams for the round of 16. So I shall move on to show you guys what the team looks like for the quarterfinals. So bear with me, guys, while I switch over to the team. Now, because of the obviously the website updating, you won't be where am I on the screen? Oh, there I am. Yeah, sorry guys about that. Yeah, in terms of obviously because the points are still calculated, we can't see the fixtures for the players I have on the screen. But I have activated my limitless chip, so yeah, I have decided to activate that now in the round of 16. Sorry, in the quarterfinals. Sorry, for this team. So I've gone with Kai Havertz, Depay up front. So for German, I've obviously Havertz and Depay, the Netherlands. In the midfield, we've got Musiala, Simmons, and Nico Williams. Back five, I've gone with Van Dijk, Carvalho, Theo Hernandez, Rudiger, and Cancelo. And I've gone with the French goalkeeper. I'm going to get this pronunciation wrong, but I'm going to go with Mayan. And on the bench options, we've got Pickford, Ruiz, Jude Bellingham, and Cody Gakpo. So bear in mind, guys, this is all reshuffled, obviously, because the fixtures, the dates haven't been announced yet, even though we know what teams are going through. I've just come up with a quick draft of what my limitless team looks like. And for those who don't know, obviously, with the limitless chip active, it's unlimited money and unlimited transfers. Now, I could have used this earlier on in match day 3, but I decided to hold off and use it later down the line. So I am using it now for the quarterfinals. So yeah, this is the current team as you see on the screen now. In particular, in terms of the quarterfinal games, I think the one that attracts to me most is the Netherlands game against Turkey, because obviously the way Netherlands played today, they look really confident, really good in terms of defense, midfield, and attack. I thought it was all moving really smoothly. I think Depay, obviously, he didn't manage to get any attack and return today, but I feel like that's going to come through in that Turkey game. Obviously, we've got Cody Gakpo as well, his teammate, who got a goal and assist in today's game, which I was quite impressed about. Cody Gakpo, I think that's now 3 goals for him in this competition so far. So he is up there in terms of goal scorers. So he's definitely another asset that I would like to own. Against Simmons, he has been going along nicely in terms of assists from Netherlands. So yeah, he's definitely in my team for the midfield. And just to complete it, the fourth obviously asset is Van Dijk, which we know he is dangerous on set pieces because he can easily score a header if the opportunity arises for him. So I have gone with 4 Netherlands players for my current quarterfinal. Very convinced on going big on them. Obviously, there's no Turkey in there, but that all could change. Obviously, due to the results moments ago of obviously how we saw Turkey play against Austria, might have raised a few eyebrows and maybe obviously a look in to see what assets you could possibly have for Turkey if you decide to go down that route. But in terms of the rest of the team, obviously I've gone with 3 German assets. I mean, they got Spain, so that is a clash, obviously, between Nico Williams, Carvajal, pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, but they're Havertz, Musiala, Rudiger, Carvajal, Nico Williams, all playing against each other. So I don't know how to take that match. It's either going to be really tough, cagey, possibly like a 1-1, going to a draw in extra time, possibly penalties. It is going to be a tough game against the host, but I still think Spain are going to win that game. It just depends on how many goals are going to be obviously scored in that fixture, because when we see 2 good teams put together, they are really hesitant in attacking each other just so they don't make a mistake and concede. But that again, this could all can change this draft. This is just a quick one I put together before obviously streaming. In terms of the rest of the team, that is what I've gone with so far. Obviously, let me know in the comments what you think of the team. And because of the unlimited money as well, I am in the luxury of having anyone without worrying about the price of the players as well. So I think that's why I wanted to use my limitless chip around this time, because if I use it any longer, it's not going to be worth it at all, especially when I have a wild card still as an active chip. But as you can see, I've gone with 1 English asset, and that is Bellingham. Because so far it's only been Kane and Bellingham who have really got the goals for England, and I thought I might as well include 1 because they do need to score England, obviously, to get through if they are to beat Switzerland. So I thought I'd include him just to see if he can use his magic again like he did in the other game against Slovakia to get through, to get England through to obviously to the next round, which is the semi-finals. But we have to wait and see. And obviously, I got Pickford as well as the second English goalkeeper, second English asset, just to see, because defensively England are pretty good. They haven't let in that many goals in the tournament, so I think defense is their strongest attribute so far in this tournament that I've seen from them. But in terms of anything else, I think that just about wraps it up, guys. I mean, obviously we would normally talk about Huss's team and what his obviously squad looks like, but he's unable to meet us in the stream. But hopefully he will be back for the Kneejerk stream in the semi-finals. So I think that is all for now, guys. But before I wrap this stream up, obviously make sure you give this video a like, leave a comment in the section if you wish, and yeah, subscribe for more, and make sure you have the notifications turned on for when we next stream on our channel. But I think I will obviously wrap it up here because it is late, and yeah, there is a lot more football to come. Obviously, the semi-finals begin from Friday onwards, so there is a 2-day gap and a little break in between that for you guys to obviously play around the team, see who players you want after watching the round of 16. Maybe some teams have influenced you to obviously buy their players and whatnot and bring them to your own team. But yeah, we will leave it there, guys. Thank you obviously for watching. Take care, and obviously see you in the next stream, which will be the Kneejerk for the semi-final. So until then, see you soon, guys, and take care.